Okay, Tom, we've got Benny Thompson, who just walked into the cage, practicing jiu-jitsu out of American Martial Arts Center, hailing from Phoenix. He's got a 0-1 record. He's only been studying for about 1 year, so it's going to be interesting to see what he's going to be doing.
Right. You know, these brand new fighters, you never know what you're going to expect with them. You know, he's had an 0-1 record, but you know what? He's brand new, and the first time I went out there, I lost my first fight, and after that, we went out there and just started kicking some butt. So we can expect to see some good things here.
Now we've got Roscoe McClellan coming in. Roscoe, the Irish lad McClellan. 6'6", so he's got an even split record right now. He's a freestyle fighter from Mesa, studying at Brausa Academy. Now we are a little bit more familiar with him, and you know, we know he's got some good ground skills. I wonder how Benny's going to handle this guy.
That's right, Roscoe. You know, sometimes you just don't know what you're going to get with Roscoe, but he's always coming out there and putting on a good show.
Practitioner of jiu-jitsu out of Phoenix, Arizona. Please welcome Benny Thompson.
You got that camera there showing my bald head here.
He's also 5 foot 5 inches strong. He weighed in today 154 pounds. He has an even record.
Sure you don't want to commentate?
He practices freestyle fighting on Phoenix, Arizona, the Brausa Academy. Here's Roscoe, the Irish lad,
All right, folks, like we said earlier, with Roscoe, you know, he comes out there and he's one of those kids that come out there ready to bang every time, so you never know what you're going to get.
Go, Roscoe! Well, the experience on Benny, they're coming out, they touch gloves.
Oh, front lunge kick. That's kind of unusual for Roscoe. He's more of a ground guy.
Well, just sitting there trying to size each other up. Who's going to be the first one to really attack?
It looks like to me, Brad, tell me, you train with Roscoe quite a bit, but it looks like he's trying to play a different game. I think maybe he's taking this guy a little bit lightly, trying to do a lot of stand-up game.
Well, you know, yeah, he's trying to stand up a little bit. You know, I wonder if he knows that this guy does not have a whole lot of experience, and so he's wanting to work on his stand-up a little bit more.
That's right. You know, he's doing the high kicks, and you can see how he motioned to the referee, didn't mean to get the knee up into the face. The fighter came down into it a little bit. Roscoe's a very calm, cool fighter, so he wouldn't try to do nothing like that. But
I'd have to agree. I mean, you know, he knows the rules. He's here for the sport. But, you know, I think he could definitely start to work on taking him down. I mean, definitely the fight would be finished quicker if he could.
Absolutely. But I think Roscoe right now, like I said, you never know what you're going to get with Roscoe. And
he's spinning back kick.
Yeah. I think he's trying to toy with this kid. He's setting him up and going to toy with this guy. He's going to play some fun games with him.
He's just chasing him around the ring right now. Now, for those of you that have seen this for the first time, you know, they are slapping. You know, it's open palm strikes because it is amateur.
Well, I don't know. This is kind of unusual to see Roscoe as a stand-up fighter here. I can't really understand what we got going on here too much. Okay.
Now,
yeah, go sit up there with the...
Looks like Roscoe's wanting to start to tie it up, get him down.
Okay, now it looks like Roscoe's going to try to take him down. He's still going to kind of keep it up high. It's unusual that he hadn't really took advantage of that rear.
Oh, there we go. Rear naked choke. Now, there are so many fights that actually end with this submission.
That's right.
In mixed martial arts.
That's inexperience on Benny's part. Gave up the back even while standing up. And it really tells me that Roscoe was trying to keep this standing up because he was trying to do some knees and stuff like that without taking him backwards and get him in even a more severe position than he's got him now.
Well, I think what Roscoe needs to do is he needs to roll him over.
Exactly. But I think he wants a strike. For some reason, Roscoe doesn't want to do submissions right now. He wants to do some ground and pound. I think he's trying to change his game plan up a little bit.
I would definitely agree with you there, Tom.
Into round one. This is kind of interesting here. You know, folks, this is unusual to see Roscoe out there. And like I said at the beginning, you never know what you're going to get with Roscoe. And I think right now he's got an inexperienced fighter, and he's going to go out there and he's really going to try to do some different stand-up, using some spinning back kicks. And
well, I definitely have to agree with you. I mean, it's obvious that he's working on his stand-up game. You know, he saw the knees there at the, you know, when he got tied up, he started delivering those knees. You know, working on your weaknesses is a great opportunity for him to start focusing on getting those legs around quicker. You know, spinning back kick, you know, he delivered it. So, I mean,
that's right, and he did a good, real high kick with a shin kick to the head in the very first part of the fight that you saw there, and that's a real good, effective fight ender. He just didn't quite land it good enough. We'll see how he does in the second round. All right, here they go. I think Roscoe's going to try to get the size on him, get the distance. Guy's moving a lot, though, and that's wise on his part.
Well, I think right there
try to take it down.
Now that's where you kind of saw a little bit of lack of experience. You know, that shoot was kind of slow, kept his neck exposed. Roscoe almost got that guillotine in.
Right.
Okay.
Now you're gonna see Roscoe doesn't want to submit him. He's got a perfect opportunity to submit him there, and he just doesn't want to do it.
He wants to finish it by striking.
You know, I just don't see how he's going to go in there and try to do that. He wants to do ground and pound. There's been plenty of times I know Roscoe could have done plenty of submissions on him, and he just doesn't want to do it.
Well, now Roscoe being in Benny's guard. You know, Benny's putting up a good effort. He really is for a first-timer.
Right. Now, Brad has maybe one of his, okay, now looks like he's going to go for an armbar. But it just doesn't look like his heart's into it. He could have done that so much faster.
Okay, we're going to have a submission.
There you go.
There we go.
And he finally took the armbar.
Yep.
Wow, folks. Like I said, you just never know what you're going to get when you're talking about Roscoe McClellan. And here we go, Rick Ruiz with the referee, Mark Sr.
All right. Now for the official word. Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute, 9 seconds in the second round. Your winner by submission armbar, Roscoe, the Irishman, McClellan.
Roscoe, what can I say? You're one of the top high school wrestlers in Arizona. You got a great record. What's going through your mind? I think you tried to do sort of submissions. You didn't succeed, but you finally pulled off the armbar. What's going through your mind during that transition?
Well, mostly I'm trying to set it up. It's hard to set it up and think at the same time. So work out my way inside. It's always great.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Roscoe McClellan!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get some more going on. I need Joe Cronin to the cage.
Well, right now we have Joe Cronin, Joe the Show Cronin from Brawusa Academy, hailing from Mesa, freestyle fighter, studying jiu-jitsu and wrestling background. Record of 3-1. It's going to be interesting to see what this guy wants to do because he has been working on his stand-up lately, but his forte is definitely the ground game. We got Troy Tolbert coming out. Troy, now I got Ty standing in for me. Lethal Pancake Technician. That's his nickname.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Does that mean he gets on the ground and lays flat? If that's the case, Joe will finish this pretty quick, I think.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you there.
But looking at it, I mean, he does have an 8-2 record, studying jiu-jitsu out of American Martial Arts Center. So we got two ground guys coming in here. It's gonna be a good fight, I think.
I think it's going to be a great fight, Brad.
Eric Talbert. Troy Tolbert.
His record is 8 wins and 2 losses, and is sponsored by Morning Light Fight Club. He practices American Jiu-Jitsu out of Phoenix at the American Martial Arts Center, Team America. He is Troy, the legal Pancake Technician, once again, we'll go to the pages for Mark Silver.
Okay, Mark's about to get the fight started here. Now we got Joe in the camouflage shorts, and we got Troy in the white.
That's right there. Oh, swinging for the fence. Maybe got caught up a little bit.
Joe with the takedown. Now it's going to be, see how Joe's going to come out of this side control.
Yeah, he's got good side control. He's up high on him. Maybe needs to put a little bit more weight on. What do you think there?
Well, it depends on what he's trying to do. If he's going to go for the mount, which he very well could,
right?
He's going to slide that knee across. But Troy is keeping his arms up tight against him, so the Americana is going to be a little bit more difficult to get. He's going to have to push it down.
All right, looks like he finally got the full mount on him. Got his hooks in pretty well. Going to try to do some ground and pound and break him free there.
I think that's definitely what he's going to be going for, similar to what Roscoe did. Now, Troy's holding on pretty tight. Joe's got to break that grip that he has so he can start putting those hands in motion. Because right now, just hitting upside the head just isn't going.
Yeah, that's not going to get him anywhere. It's going to score points with the judges, and they're not going to pick him up here from a mounted position. It's a superior position. If he was in a guard position, just kind of tapping him like that, eventually Mark Sr. would pick him up.
Well, I'd like to see Joe. I mean, he focus on the head, but he could definitely think about switching to a different position.
Yeah, right now, so he could stand up, but now he doesn't want to. Yeah, that's it. He's going to put him up against the fence.
Okay, there the hands are going to get started.
Turns back on him.
Another back. Now, is he going to try to get a submission out of this by choke, or is he going to try to, hit?
Another ground and pound.
Yeah.
Kind of unusual for a fighter with an 8-2 record to give up his back like that. You'd think maybe he'd have a little bit more experience in that and not do that.
Yeah, well, he's not really moving a whole lot. I mean,
right. He could do a somersault there and kind of get Joe off his back a little bit.
There is something. I mean, there is other things you can do.
And now he got him flattened out, and he's in real trouble now.
Well, pancake technician.
Right. Okay, and he rolls back over into the mount again.
I think this will definitely go to another round. But, with that much time spent on top, you got to be able to break that grip a little quicker so you can really start pounding.
Right.
That's the end of round 1.
Let's go, Ross.
I wanted to keep our heads down because he's supposed to come in.
Well, that was, again, another fight that, started standing up, obviously, and, getting feel for each other, and then going to the ground. But just like Roscoe's fight before, kind of tentative in the submission part of it.
That's right. And I don't know, are those all the Bruiser guys out there trying to be ground and pound artists now, or what? I mean, I don't understand their game plan too much here.
Well, I think it's just working on different aspects of the game. I mean, you have Roscoe, who definitely does know his submissions, and Joe as well, but spending some time in an opportunity that they can work on punching, if they're going with it, there's no problem with that.
All right, well, let's see how they're going to do in round 2. Okay, they're sizing up.
Well, that's, just checking each other with those low kicks.
Yeah, just keeping him at distance. Oh, looks like he might have took one pretty good in there.
Well, even though it's open palm, you know, you get hit with that palm.
Right. You hit with the heel of the palm, and
it can still make
it's
you
going to
dizzy.
hurt you really bad.
But you can close fist to the body. So
that's right.
And that's one thing I don't believe that you see enough people doing that.
You're right. The body shots, you know, they need to learn from them boxers. Body shots are really going to wear you out. And when you're not ready for it, it's going to slow down your day.
Now Joe's covering up. It looks like he might have, you know, spent a little too much energy there.
He may have, and that's the problem with the ground guy. The ground guy is going to expend more energy faster than he is on the ground, and they're not going to realize that they're going to do it until it's too late, I think. Unless he's really trained to be up there and pace himself.
Now those low kicks like that, they really don't have any effect.
No, basically all they do is set you up, distract them so you can set up like a big roundhouse punch or something like that, or a good straight jab.
Yeah, Joe needs to be a little bit more aggressive here. I mean, he definitely dominated that first round.
Right, he needs to push the action a little bit, because right now he's losing this. He needs to come up with knees. That was very good.
You know, his hands are dropping. I mean, both of their hands are dropping, but Joe's
now he's going
hands
down. Yeah, that's right. He's going down low in the body with the knees and a front lunge kick.
I mean, Joe can't, you know, it's having a hard time keeping those hands up.
Yeah, he is.
He comes up to protect, but he's not delivering, you know, moving away.
That's right. His mouth is open. He needs to get a little bit more aggressive and get in there. He needs to take him down where he's comfortable, and that's on the ground.
Now we got Troy looking to do some knees there. You know, now Joe with Troy up against the fence. That one looked a little low to me.
Looked a little low. Now, it is legal to kick into the legs, and maybe he was trying to go inside of the thigh, which is a very effective kick. It's a good knee if you can get it in there right, but you do got to be careful.
Absolutely. We need to start seeing some action from these guys.
That's right. You know, I need to go get me a beer so I feel a little bit funner out here. All right, got a little bit of tie-up, 10 seconds left. That's the whistle. They're going at it. It's a sprint.
Try to see who can impress the judges the most right here at the end.
And I'm going to have to give that round to Troy Tolbert.
I definitely think that's going to be the case.
Now, it wasn't a dominating round for Troy Tolbert, but it was definitely a better round for Troy Tolbert than it was the last time. Now, here's what we're coming in the third and final round. We got 3 minutes to go out there and prove who's winner, because I think it's a tie match right now. What do you think, Brad?
Yeah, I mean, right now being tied at 1-1, Troy definitely took the upper hand. I mean, he was more aggressive. He kept pursuing Joe. Joe obviously backing up most of the fight.
That's true, folks. But here we go for round number 3. We're getting ready for it. And, folks, this is good for all the money.
See how this one ends up.
All right.
Round 3's going right now. Definitely both of them are looking to get the upper hand. Joe,
that was a good hip throw.
Yeah, definitely. Now, is he going to finish him?
Right. Is he going to try to do some ground and pound, or is he going to try to get out there and get serious with his submission skills?
Now Joe, you know, holding him cross body, needs to start throwing those hands up. There we go. He's getting the hands out. But I mean, Troy's basically stalling here.
Right. Looks like he's stepping over the mount,
holding on for dear life.
Yep. And now he's got the mount.
Now Joe does know jiu-jitsu. He knows there are other things to do than just try to ground and pound at this position.
That's right. And that's why I was wondering why he didn't try for more submissions in the first round. Now here he goes. Well, he had a key lock, but he let go of it. It would have been real hard for him to get that anyway. He would have probably turned that into Americana or something.
Well, Troy with an 8-2 record in MMA fighting, you can't just hold on, because in the judge's eyes, that's not advancing the fight.
Absolutely, and with Joe's mount and hip throw on this one, he's definitely taken this round so far. Now, if they go to the judge's decision right now, and then this continues the way it is, it's going to be Joe's fight.
Now Troy's,
and if he doesn't cover up,
he's not covering up. Third fight now.
He's tapping out.
Tap out by strikes.
Justin. Hello? Hey, what? Commentator. Come down and see the intermission, okay?
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen. The official time, 1 minute, 58 seconds. On the third round, your winner by submission strike, Joe the Show Crowder!
Joe, what can I say? You fought a veteran, Troy, one of the toughest little lightweights in the state, but yet in the country. You win a couple tough rounds. What's going through your mind? How did you decide how you're going to finish that?
Man, it's not like I planned it out. You guys tougher than hell. Took everything out of me to finish him. I'll just go out and win this medal on my neck. I want to thank all the friends and Barusa that came out to support me. And love you, April.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Joe Crowder! Here we go! Somebody make some noise!
I need Eric Snyder to the cage!
So is this Eric the Professor Schneider or Professor Eric Schneider? Fighting out of Glendale, Arizona. Fighting style, Crazy Monkey.
Fighting style, Crazy Monkey. Now, what's the school and dojo that he trains at?
Attitude First.
Where is that
out? It's a new school in Glendale. It's been around about a year, I believe.
Well, it'll be interesting. I haven't seen a Crazy Monkey since, well, I don't know how long.
All right, now we got Eric Regan coming in from American Martial Arts Center.
Looks like his first fight.
Phoenix, yeah, his first fight. So, you know, there's not much we can really do. All we can say is, you know, look at the schools where they're coming from. I believe Attitude First is a jiu-jitsu school, and of course AMAC is a jiu-jitsu school.
Right, absolutely. Dustin Michelle? Yeah, that's Dustin and Michelle Farrell's school, AMAC.
He's 6 foot 2 inches tall, 172 pounds. He's sponsored by the
Who are they?
He trains on Crazy Monkey at Attitude First out of Glendale, Arizona. He's Eric, the Professor Schneider!
Yeah, let him in.
His body weight is 171 pounds. He's sponsored by one little partner, and he trains in Phoenix, Arizona, at American Martial Arts Center, Team America, in the art of American Jiu-Jitsu. Please welcome Eric Regan! Welcome out in the cage. Once again, this is Mr. One. See you.
Two Erics?
Eric Schneider.
All right, two Erics. Erickson. We're going to get to see some crazy monkey. It ought to be interesting. All right, let's see how round one goes. Okay, Eric Snyder is in the white and red fight trunks. Eric Reagan with the ponytail and the blue trunks.
Yeah,
very aggressive,
Regan,
trying to do a hip throw.
Yeah, well, Regan flurry there.
Right. Eric seemed, I'm sorry, Mr. Reagan. Regan. Oh. Very aggressive. Oh, but he ended up
with reversal.
Yes, he ended up in a bad spot there. He's going to try to keep flipping him, keep turning him. There he goes. Now he's got him into a good judo hold.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he's got, Schneider's got
his leg wrapped up.
Yeah,
that's
got
right.
The one leg and the one hook in.
That's not necessarily a great position, but at least he has his head. As long as he doesn't let go of that headlock, he'll be all right in that position for right now.
Well,
now he's going to give up his back there. He's going to be careful.
Now is this going to be finished by rear naked? Can the professor...
There you go, turn into him. That's the correct way to do that. But now he's got to watch out for the triangle.
He looks like the professor is working for...
Now what he really should do right here is stack him up. But it looks like he's going to try to lift. And he better be careful of the arm bar. There he goes. He looks like he's out of it now.
Ankle lock. Eric Regan going for that ankle lock.
That's right. Let's see if we can see some crazy monkey get on there.
Now, I don't understand why he's trying to do a one-armed ankle lock.
Right. He needs to get, right now he's in a real bad position. He needs to be careful not to twist.
Look at that knee. Now,
Regan, they're smiling at each other,
Regan,
talking.
All he has to do...
This could be very interesting.
If he would just figure four his hands and pull that...
I don't understand why he's not pulling it in. I'm sure that his instructors can teach him that. Perplexing me here. New fighters here. They're both first-time fighters. And just a little bit of inexperience there, but they're both doing well on the ground. Now he's in the mount. Have to see how he reacts. Still defending well, though. Still in the game there. Needs to try to work something.
Okay.
He's going to stop the fight.
Called the fight. Was that a tap? Did he actually submit?
No, I think that was a referee stoppage. All right, folks. Right now we're gonna have the official decision from Rick Reyes.
2 minutes, 51 seconds in the first round. Your winner by referee stoppage out of the red corner, Eric
Wow, put your hands together, guys. All right. What can I say? This guy looked awesome. Come on, put your hands together for this young man. What fight? Let me ask you this. You know, looking at him and looking at you, I mean, would you ever expect this guy would be so tough? Strong, aggressive fighter. I knew that coming in. I'd like to thank my two first training center for training me. And Mrs. Mike Lawrence, all my training buddies there. My wife for letting me get in here. Honey, thanks. You're ready for the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this young man.
How do you like us now, Mesa? Hell yeah! You guys ready for some more action? Let's bring out these next fighters. I need Jason.
All right, folks, Tom Roden here with Rage in the Cage. We're going to have a special guest commentator, Mr. Frank Mears. If you want to step right up here, he's going to take my mic for a minute, and he's going to sit here with Brad.
Thank you, guys.
It's always exciting having some of you guys come in and come to local events like this. And I actually to kind of see how you're going to talk about the next fight. What were some of your thoughts on the fights you've seen already tonight?
You know what? It shows that I like the guys. Everybody's real enthusiastic. They're all coming down to fight really hard. They're very much. Everybody seems very game. No one's really backing out of anything. They're fighting out of a lot of positions that sometimes even on the higher levels you don't see guys fight out of. You know what I mean? You see guys just giving everything. Sometimes a little more exciting to the fans to watch guys who don't know how to get out of things technically, because technical sometimes isn't as exciting as just unorthodox and nuts and just pure aggression. You know?
Well, I mean, it is a show.
Yeah, it's a little more entertaining. Right. I mean, me personally, I'm a technician, so obviously I try to appreciate, when some guy does something clean, but a lot of people don't understand what's going on. So when you see a guy who powers out, you understand he did it with heart, and everybody can see that,
Yeah. Well, we're going to sit down here. Now we got Jason Sterling. He's 0-1, fighting out of Peoria, Arizona, and he's in the red trunks. His opponent, a little more experienced, Nick Hedrick, 6'3" record. Jiu-jitsu, usually pretty quick on his submissions. Now Nick Hedrick in is that green? I'm a little colorblind, but I think those shorts are green.
Yeah, maybe tan. I kind of like the fact that they're getting away with a little more smack talking and they're going back and forth as either in the fights. We're really not allowed to do that too much on the upper levels, but it definitely makes it a lot more entertaining.
Especially in that last one.
Yeah, that was quite. Then you got to pick sides. You're like, I hope this guy gets killed.
It's like a soap opera. Well, Nick Hedrick.
Oh, jump again.
Oh, Nick Hedrick going right at him.
And the guy right now has a guillotine on the bottom. The top guy, if he doesn't get his hips up, he's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, you see Jason's veins popping out of his head there,
Yeah.
Generally pretty tight.
Now that's tight and he's struggling, but this is a catch-22. You put so much effort into doing a submission, guy gets out, and you kind of blow your wad. It's like trying to go for a knockout 30 seconds into the first round.
Right.
Nice armbar. Good hip. Oh, he has it. He has it.
There we go.
Nice.
That's classic.
Yeah, a good match for me to go ahead and commentate on. I like it.
I think whenever you're talking about the ground game and people start knocking jiu-jitsu as a whole, and that it's more the ground and pound idea is starting to be, people want to hit on the ground, but to see something like that where you get a straight on.
Yeah, I think the reason why people try to knock jiu-jitsu is just because it takes a lot more effort. It doesn't take a lot of effort to get in a good position and pound someone out of the ground and pound. It's not really that much of a science to just be strong, be athlete, have a good base. I mean, I'm not saying it's the easiest thing in the world, but it doesn't take the amount of experience it does to be able to roll your hips and move and transition for an arm bar, a triangle, how to avoid being slammed. It just takes a lot more of a time. So I think a lot of fans watch it, they're just like, they kind of almost want to put themselves in the position that, oh, well, if I can't do it, I don't like it,
Oh, definitely. Now, you had a recent injury, right?
Yeah, I got hit by a car, snapped my femur. It's an old story now.
Yeah.
2 years ago now.
Yeah, how's the whole comeback?
Well, about a year and a half, I took the fight against Pano, and I wasn't 100%, but I still had to find out where I was, because training only tells you so much, and so I had to find out, where I was. And I went in there thinking that, okay, I'll go ahead and, utilize the stand-up. Pano took me down quite easily, and once on top, 6-time world champion. With the injuries that I had, it was nothing I could really do. It was the best fight I could give was on that night. This wasn't my night. But at least it showed me where I was, and let me go back and heal in the gym. And I've worked on the stuff, and I've improved again, fixed it, and kind of had to learn how to refight with my new body now. It's like, okay, well, this was acceptable before, and, there's some things I do better now, and there's some things I don't do as well.
Well, I definitely understand. I mean, I broke my leg too, so I mean that whole process of healing.
Yeah. A lot of, believe it or not, a break that tragic kind of messed my head up a little bit. It took me a little while. I mean, I just recently probably got my confidence back. Even in that fight, I just wasn't myself yet. I still didn't have that carefree, I don't give a shit attitude, and I was.
Well, just stay persistent. I'm sure you're going to be right back up there.
Yeah, just work. That's all you can do, or die trying, Yeah, sorry.
Well, Frank Mir here, Great night, though. Nice weather.
Yeah, it's nice. I like this outdoor venue.
Yeah, we're going to start doing some more outdoor events, but some of the fights now we've seen some stops by striking.
Yeah, submissions now.
So I hope you enjoy the rest of the night here, and thanks for coming up.
Thanks for being a part of it, man.
If you ever want to come up and talk, commentate on another fight, feel free.
Just come grab me. I like to talk. I'm full of it.
I need Mike Mata to the cage.
The blue wristbands, go back down.
What's that?
Oh, who we got here? Brian. What is it? Stanfield? Steinfeld. Mike Mata. Mike Mata. Ready? All right, folks. Tom here at Rage in the Cage, 81 at Mesa Amphitheater. Coming around for round 2, right after our first intermission. Brad, tell me, what do you think? Got 2 brand new fighters again.
Yep, definitely. We got Mike Mata in the black trunks, and then we got Brian Steinfeld in the camouflage trunks. Now, you never know what you're going to get when you have someone new to see if it's going to be stand up, stay up that way. But much like what we saw with Roscoe in his first fight, instead of being on the ground, he wanted to stay standing up the whole time.
That's right.
Preferred it.
That's right. You know, we got 2 brand new fighters. Who knows? This could be the next Pat Miletich, Jeremy Horn, or whatever that we send out to the Rage in the Cage. You know, Joe Riggs started just like this a couple years back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everyone has to get their start some way.
Even Joe Stevenson.
But looking at these 2 students of martial arts, you know, they're both jiu-jitsu artists. So, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. I mean, because when you start the mixed training, you know, you're going to try to do those low kicks or those punches. You know, you got to see how you're going to do on the ground. So I think it's going to be interesting where it's going to develop.
That's right. Now we're getting ready for round 1. Let's see how it happens. Excuse me, guys. We're going to have to set some work.
All right, well, Mike Mata, the black tap-out shorts. Nice takedown. He's trying to work his knee in there. Brian Steinfeld is trying to recover. Bunch of transitions here going on. You know, you can sometimes get that, Tom, when they switch. You know, the reversals happen so rapidly because of lack of experience to some degree, in not being able to hold a position.
That's right. Yeah, sorry, folks. I got pulled away here. Also, the operations manager here. Sometimes I just get yanked in all kinds of different directions. Now, folks, this is what we call a clinch here. They're both clinched up, trying to get a better position, usually to throw or to punch.
Now, Brian just took Mike up against the fence. Sometimes that can work in your advantage because there's a rebound that will be given off of that, and you can sometimes do a hip throw on that reversal.
That's right, and for this one, he kind of fell back down trying to get the guard, it looked like, but it kind of worked out bad for him because now he's in a bad judo hold there. Looks like he's going to go for like a head crank or some kind of cross choke.
I think he's going to go for the choke. Oh, it looks like he's going to be going for...
He's working that arm. That's very dangerous right there.
If he can get that
But he didn't stay up on him high enough, and he let him get up on him.
Now...
Oh, no, big time. Can't knee while on the ground like that.
That's... difference with amateur fighting.
Yeah, that's right. You know, we don't have UFC rules there where you can knee that on when your opponent's on the ground.
Well, now they're just staying tied up here in the clinch. It's always going to see who's going to jockey for the better position, be able to take the takedown, or get the knees, the high knees in. They're starting to slow down.
I brought in these 2 tickets, which are ringside tickets for our fight.
Well, they're still staying tied up. It's not. You hear the crowd not reacting well to the stalling. It seems like that's going on here. They need to have some more action, get in there. I mean, this is what they came here to fight. That's the end of round 1. Now, was it? At the end of that, Brian became more of an attacker on it. So, how that's going to relate to the judges' point system, Mike Matta was up on top of him most of the time in the judo position. So, how that round goes is going to kind of a loss to me on that one. Toss up. Okay, we're getting ready for round 2. Now, they both started getting kind of tired there. There was some stalling there in the end. So, who's going to come out as the aggressor on this one?
Okay, we'll see what they got here. And this is where it is. Gameness is, fatigue makes cowards of us all. We'll see who has it. Looks like Brian's kind of bringing it to him a little bit. Oh, he's back in that bad position again. He's got the side guard on him.
Well, Mike, it looks like it's replaying the first round right now.
It certainly does.
He's got to learn to get that control. He's got to pass those legs. They're falling over like that.
Can he get that triangle? Doesn't look like it.
Well, now he's in danger of
set up for another one. If you get that other leg up,
now
there he goes. You can hook it up. Got to pull that head down.
Body position is wrong here.
He's definitely got to pull that head down.
Well, but no, Brian needs to move his hips off to the side, so he's able to reach up on him, and then he can knock those legs up higher.
Right, a little bit of inexperience there. He had a great opportunity to pull off an excellent triangle there, but it looks like you can pull it out. But if you don't know the intricate details behind it, how to position your hips and stuff like that, like you were saying, Brad, you never know.
It just makes it easier, when you've been taught how to do it right, and you can get in there because it's an awkward position. Mike was kind of standing up, but Brian could still have gotten it. But again, this is it's not bad. I mean, they're both still moving now, better than the end of the first round. So, but you got to keep that constant pressure on, because that's when things start to happen.
That's right, though. The worst thing I can ever imagine is my first fight when I was out there and trying to get oxygen in my lungs.
Brian should be starting to think about landing some blows on this.
Referee Marcin's going to stand him up. See what we can do from there.
That's a telltale sign that the fight is not really going anywhere.
And he jumps in there to do a good strike, but then he just kind of sits there and pushes off on him instead of getting on with a good strike.
It's hard to say if they're both really tired, or I'm sure that has something to do with it, but it almost looks like they're just being super cautious.
Right. And they're both very inexperienced fighters. First fight in mixed martial arts. So right now they're learning about what conditioning is. And Brian's going to end with a short flurry there. That's always good for the judges. The show end well.
The end of round 2. Well, we've seen 2 rounds now where, they started out well, went to a kind of a stalemate where they're both standing and not really doing a whole lot. Round 3, in terms of the judging, I can't tell you what's going to happen with this because, there's give and take on both.
Right. Yeah, there was a lot of give and take on there. It's a pretty close match so far, but I think I would have to give the fight right now, just edge it slightly to Brian, just because he has been a little bit more up on top. He has had a couple of submission opportunities there, and he's got out of his nasty situations a lot quicker than Mike has.
Well, he's been closing up the rounds too on both of them. So.
That's true. So let's see how round 3 goes. All right, folks, they've tied up a little bit here. Oh,
Mike Matta with the takedown on that. Again, side control, but, we've seen him in this position not capitalize on some of the opportunities.
And it's kind of strange, too, because it seems like Brian's kind of fallen into that position. He's trying to do a hip throw, but he gets off balance and gets thrown every time.
Now, it looks like he's trying past Brian's guard. But is it looking for a knee bar there maybe, Tom?
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. Looks like he's going for a knee bar, but I think he's going to end up putting himself in a position he doesn't want to be in.
Yeah, Mike's got it. He's got his knees bent. He's got his weight down. To stretch that out takes it takes a lot of pressure to pull that foot all the way around.
Yeah, and up against the cage like that, there was no chance he was going to get it. And he looks like right now he's just going to lay back there and take a little bit of punishment. Oh, walking up on a fence, that might be an effective way to get out of that position there.
Well, a lot of people don't realize that you can't get away with using that fence with your feet.
With your feet, absolutely. You can walk up on it, you just can't grab onto it. And that's, even in your hands, you can push off on it, you just can't grab it. There he goes, got out of it, but it looks very fatigued.
Okay, now
Brian's going around for his back.
Just kind of giving up there, go right into...
Trying to get that other hook in there and flatten him out.
Okay, now once you get in this position when you got someone's back, now
he's crossing his feet. He's gonna have to be,
those of us that know jiu-jitsu,
that's right.
You cross your feet up on
have
back.
Tapping out with just my legs, and I would have a good time there.
He's starting to think about it
there. Yeah, see, he's thinking about it right there. And Brian's went ahead and uncrossed his legs there, but maybe put them back together. But if Mike could go back there and hook that top leg and pull it over his other ankle, he can have him submit in no time. Looks like Brian frustrated there. He couldn't quite get the choke in there and let go of his hooks. And Mike just seems a little bit too fatigued to really try to do anything about it. He's in a position to buck him off here, but just doesn't seem to have the juice to get it done.
Absolutely. It does look like he's
kneeing again, and now that's 2 knees. That's stand-up stuff.
Those rules, it's important to remember those rules. It's the only way we're able to have these events, by applying to those rules.
That's right. Now, folks, this fight might go the wrong way here simply because of those DQ points that he got taken off of it.
Absolutely.
It could change the whole outlook of the fight. I think he did it in round 1, too, didn't he? Or was that the other fight? I can't remember. I think so.
Over here, ladies and gentlemen, we have the afterparty of Struggles right behind the Marriott.
Snuggles? On?
Don't forget, we got some solid seats on your chairs. We're going to give away a free fighting block with all UFC fighters.
Hey, could you grab that waitress? Bud Light. Heineken. Amber Vodka, Bud Light.
Bud Light. 2 Bud Lights?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Well, Brian Seinfeld did get the decision on that. You know, Brian. Well, we got Steve Urban from Chandler coming out of the Barossa School. First fight, so this is his debut. A lot of energy coming out. He's going to be fighting Hugo Trevino out of Phoenix from American Martial Arts Center, jiu-jitsu practitioner as well.
He left, I think.
Both two new people here, so Tom, what do you think? You know, Steve coming out with all that energy. I mean, it's a show, it's entertaining.
That's right.
You know, and Hugo coming out.
Well, again, we got brand new fighters on both of them. I have no fight records on either of them. I do know Steve a little bit over at the Bruce Academy, and he's training a lot. I know he has a lot of other martial arts that he has trained with in the past. Thus, the gi that he has on right now. It ought to be interesting.
Well, Steve's got his game face on. But you know, the gi. You know, I don't know much about having a gi without the sleeves on. I mean, because when you're a ground game, you use every bit of that gi. You can't use it to your advantage.
But it's not a traditional gi like you would say a judo gi or a jiu-jitsu gi. It's more the I forget what they call them exactly. It's basically a pull over top. It doesn't open up in the middle, from what I understand there. So it's basically like a big V-neck pull over T-shirt that's a little bit stronger. You know, maybe he just wants to cover up the tattoo that he don't want no one to see. I'm not quite for sure. Maybe he'll use it, maybe he won't. Oh, he's rolling in. Whoa!
Well, he's certainly coming out strong for his first fight.
That's interesting. Does some kung fu roll into there, and we'll see what he has from here. This ought to be, with anything else, an interesting fight. Steve's quite the showman, and you know, if he can be successful in Rage in a Cage, he might be able to get a big fan base.
Well, it's all about entertainment.
That's right. I mean, you can be one of the best fighters in the world out there, but if people don't come to see you fight, you don't get paid. He's going for the armbar a little bit backwards there, and I don't know why he just kicked himself into a half guard, but he kind of seemed to recover a little bit.
Well, you know, he's doing good. He's trying to.
You know,
I'm not pull him down for a triangle now. I think
that's right.
What he's trying to go through his mind.
If he can pull it up. All right, let's see what he's got. He's a little bit tied up there. He's a little upside down. Hugo's going to give it to him right now. He's in a good half guard.
Yeah,
he might be running out a little bit of energy there. Oh, he's going to try to step over. He defended it. He defended the mount. He saw it coming.
But at least Steve on his back, he's moving.
Yes.
He's trying to do something, as opposed to some of the other fights where, they just hold on for dear life once they got on their back.
That's right. We'll have to see. I mean, he looks like he's trying to use a lot of fancy moves, and he doesn't really look like he's using the basics that you really need for cage fighting. I mean, those fancy moves are great, but you know what? The basics are going to get you where you got to go.
But I think that comes down to Steve's level of knowledge and grappling.
That's right.
I think he's got more stand-up time behind him than he actually does.
Yeah, obviously by his stances, the maneuvers that he's got a lot of Chinese kung fu. Now I may be incorrect with that, but that's the impression I got there, and I don't really know Steve that well to tell you that that's what it is. But certainly very unorthodox as far as a cage fighter goes.
Oh, he's trying for that armbar.
See, basics right there, basics. Right there, he had a good opportunity for a good armbar. Didn't have the arm sucked up into him to bridge on it.
Well, I think what you're going to start seeing here is Hugo is he's going to start getting tired because he's standing up over the top.
That's right.
And trying to rain blows down. Well, we just found out that Steve's background in is Aikido.
Aikido.
Aikido,
it's Japanese, but it's very similar. It's what they call a soft art. It's actually a Japanese soft art. It's Aikido. It's more fluid than karate, something like that. That's where you see the whole rolling and stuff.
Throws. But I'm still impressed with him. For what he's been doing on the ground, trying to keep Hugo away from it, not letting him get all the way up on top. I think he's definitely not using as much energy as Hugo is.
Right.
So that could benefit over the length if it goes 3 rounds.
That's right. Here we go for round number 2.
He's going to the ground.
Oh, some very dramatic slams there, but folks, those slams just don't really hurt an opponent that much. I mean, you got a lot of adrenaline going out there. It could, but for the most part, I've never really seen a fight won, except in maybe some of the harder mats, by a body slam.
Definitely. You're talking about the type of floor that's on the cage too. You just don't get hurt on it.
That's right. I mean, this is a softer mat than some of the others. Now, I have seen, for instance, Matt Hughes and Carlos Newton. Carlos Newton was slammed Matt Hughes and then actually got himself knocked out while doing it.
If you look at that, his head is up against the cage as well as it's going down. So not only was
Hugo stepping up, got knee on chest. Looks like he's going to go for the mount, full mount now. Now I'm just wondering if Steve's ground skills is good enough to get out of this position here. It doesn't look like he's really doing the things that he needs to do to get out of there.
Well, he's trying to cover up, which everyone would do when you get in that position.
Right.
But look, he's trying to drive that left knee up.
Right.
If he can get that left knee up, it's already starting to do it. Go back into the half guard.
That's right. And he's in a real bad position because you can't really flip him over him with the cage right there holding him up. And if he's just blocking right now, Mark Sr.'s going to stop this fight pretty soon.
Now, it is kind of difficult to actually get any type of Kimura from the mount. Because it's got, you got to switch off to the side to do that.
That's right. As far as a dominant position and this type of level of fighting, the full mount isn't necessarily always the most dominant position you can be in.
There are a lot of...
And I think this fight's going to be stopped here real soon because he's just not working down there. He's not trying to hit back. He's not doing anything. I think it's just a matter of time here tonight.
But with the amateurs,
there he goes.
There he goes. We sometimes people argue that it gets called too soon, too quick, but that's the point. We're trying to be here, compete. These aren't pro athletes yet. They don't have the same tolerances. it's all about a training ground for people that do want to go up there. Like
and then again, I don't see Steve out there arguing that point too much. I think he was a good call. I think he was waiting for it. He just didn't want to give up and tap on it.
He's been training grappling along with Barissa, but then you came out like a hurricane. What was going through your mind? I knew you had the mouth position. You looked a little tired, he did, but you were trying to finish on the earlier interfered to stop that. I'll turn it over. Dusty right there. Thank you, Dusty. Michelle. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Hugo!
Well, looks
Shane Coy, folks. By the way, folks, in case you don't know, he's 0-2. He's a young fighter trying to come in here and make a name for himself.
Well, we got a crowd favorite in Chris Haver.
Wow.
From American Martial Arts Center. Again, a jiu-jitsu player.
It looks like everybody in the VIP seats just stood up and went crazy all of a sudden.
That is crazy.
Now, Shane Coy, folks, as I was saying, is a high school student looking for his first win here. A very good young man.
Well, that's the thing, though. He's a high school student.
Right.
Well, the crowd is definitely trying to drown out anything for Shane, but I'll tell you what, Shane has come a long way. I mean, you know, he comes out of Bros, so I've seen his development, and
That's
you know,
right.
the kid is sharp. Now, I'm not familiar with Chris Haver, Chris the Hurricane Haver, but you know, looking at him, he looks like he's a guy that stays on top of his game, but.
Sorry about that. A little bit distracted here. We got some things going on out here in the crowd I got to take care of, but that's all right.
So what do you think, Tom? I think Chris is probably going to try to test Shane out. He knows he's young. He doesn't think he's got, obviously, body type speaking, he's probably a little bit confident because I think he's going to probably feel him out to see where he's at.
Right, and you know what? He's got a lot of people here cheering for him, so you know what? He's got to come out there and really do.
Here we go, round
all that
one.
good stuff, round one. All right, they're going to lock up in the clinch. Oh, Shane's throwing in some good knees there. Oh, and he goes down into the guard, or into the mount. Not a good position for Shane. He needs an elbow escape there. That's it, elbow escape.
You know what? Shane's doing good. He's trying to stay covered up, but when he got the chance, he is trying to.
Right.
Now that flurry can take a lot out of you coming that hard, that fast.
That's right. And if Chris keeps up that pace too much, he could smoke out there a little bit. And it looks like Shane got out of the mount position there, trying to get into guard there.
No, Shane's doing a good job of protecting
trying to get the arm.
Looking for the Now, good protection by Shane. Chris trying to go for a mount.
Yeah, let's see what Shane can do here. He just needs to keep him from getting over there in the mount, and he's doing a good job at doing that. See that Floyd's kind of... Uh-oh, now they got a chant.
Now I think this is where Shane's got to be careful, because you're starting to look at an Americana or a Kimura coming from this position, even though, you know, it's still, you know, half guard position.
Right, now
if you get the right angle.
Oh, no, he didn't get the full mount.
I think if Shane doesn't try to hold back on
now
this.
Shane's going to strike back. He's showing the referee that he's still in the game.
He's a tough kid, but he's got to there you go. It shows that, you know, it's not just heart. You've got to make sure that you're responding and trying to fight back.
That's right.
Now, there are a lot of boos in the crowd right now.
That's right.
That is, I think, one of those questionable calls, but you got to leave it up to the referee to make that decision.
That's right. Yeah, I think maybe he called it a little bit too soon. Shane's a very good, well-mannered young man, and he's not going to, you know, jump up and down and argue with that too much, but he was still fighting back.
And here's the announcement. Looking from the reaction in the crowd, I don't think everyone quite understands that the responsibility that's placed on the referee in this type of fight.
That's right. You know, our first concern is the safety of the fighters, and here we go, Roland Soria.
What can I say? This guy has traveled the world. He climbed Mount Everest. He's 40 years old now? 40 years old. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands up. Chris, we answered this question the first time we came up here. You said, hey, Roland, you know what? I've had a lot of challenges in life. I don't know if this is going to be the first time or possibly the last time. Pretty proud about your experience. A lot of hard work, but I like the outcome. Let me answer this, Chris. With this compared to all the wrestlers you hit and all your wildness adventures, a lot of hard work, but it was fun. Recommend it to anybody over 40. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Chris Harrison.
All right, we got fight number 8 coming up. We've got Jeremy Neer from Brausa Academy, 6-2 record, freestyle jiu-jitsu, been practicing about 3 years. And then we've got Sal Alzuela from Glendale from Attitude First. This is his first fight.
First fight, absolutely. Now, Jeremy's been training. He's got a 6-2 record, and he's been training for about 3 years. Do you think this is an uneven match here?
Just because someone hasn't fought in the cage doesn't mean it can be uneven.
That's right. You know, I've known a lot of very experienced fighters go up against brand new guys, and all of a sudden we find our new rising superstar. Like I said, anytime a guy comes in there for the first time, you never know what you're going to get, and we're going to have a good time out there.
Well, Jeremy there, I mean, he's a pretty solid guy. I mean, he's been doing this, he's been training consistently for quite a long time. Sal Azuela, I don't know what his experience is on the ground or how long he's actually been training, but you know, Jeremy's been doing this. He's got a 6-2 record.
Another one of those attitude first fighters over there. And you know, so far tonight, you know, I think attitude first is one of the newer schools out there, and they're developing their program and they're doing a great job. They got some very motivated individuals, and hopefully they'll be stick around and really go out there and train and figure it out and come out here and really be a contender.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
all right,
we're
round one.
Round one, we got Jeremy Neer in the white shorts with black trim, and then we've got Sal in the red shorts with black trim. Already in the clinch.
Big guys. Jeremy's going to take him down to the, and then he rolls over on the reversal, head to mount.
That is something I think you've always got to be careful of. If you take someone down and you get in a dominant position, you've got to be prepared to.
Now, we got a little bit of experience there. Now, he was in a very bad position, but he's still working. He's working very hard. However, this brand new fighter here is really taking it down. He looks like he's got a lot of skills on the ground there.
Well, you know, in Jeremy's defense, well, both of their defense.
Right.
Sal, he's being aggressive. He's going for that. He's going for that Americana.
That's right. You know, I wouldn't say anything bad about Jeremy.
You know,
he's a strong fighter and out there. But what I'm saying is I'm giving kudos to a brand new fighter that's going out there on his first fight and looking like he's been out there quite a few times.
Yeah, no, what I was saying no to is the way the hands were all grabbing, it looked like Americana, but it was not.
Right.
And now this is not something I would expect from Jeremy. Jeremy needs to buck out and roll and get away from this guy. You know, he's given up 10 pounds on him, but it's you know, it's not the end of the world to have a guy 10 pounds more than you. But he's definitely, I mean, right now he has an opportunity for a knee bar if he'd shoot back and roll underneath.
Right, absolutely. You know, he's got the legs set up there right there perfectly. I just not for sure if Jeremy's skill level is quite there on the leg locks.
Well, you know, at least it's something. But there's two things you could be doing. He's protecting right now, and if he can stay tight.
This fight's about to be stopped.
Who's using the energy here?
What's that?
Who's using the energy? Sal.
Oh, see?
Did he call it?
He called the fight, but you know what? That was a good call because Jeremy was doing absolutely nothing to defend himself. All he was doing was covering up. And you know what? You got to work when you're getting down there. You have to work. And he did nothing to try to get out of it. So that's a good call on Mark Sr.'s part.
And here's the call.
Your winner by referee stoppage, Sal
I've been knowing you for years. You've been doing jiu-jitsu. I know you're one of the top wrestlers in the state at one time. You fought Jeremy Neer, the uncle of Josh Neer, who just fought the UFC a few weeks ago. What was going through your mind? I know you can kind of tell you were in a battle.
This is my first time fighting here, so we're just having a game.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this young man.
Well, you know, in this next fight, we got Yeltsin Meza, first fighter, another debut fighter, and we got Kyle Breeze, 11-7. Yeltsin, freestyle fighter, Kyle, jiu-jitsu, kickboxing fighter, and we're doing the announcements.
A freestyle fighter out of Blacksburg, Arizona.
Right, go over there. Back up, guys. All right, guys, we got round one coming up right now.
We got Mesa in the white trunks, and then we've got Kyle Breeze in the black
touch gloves. Now, which one is which here?
Mesa's on the right and the white. Oh! Solid high kick to the face.
Oh my goodness.
That had to have stunned a little bit.
Yes, it did.
They got the guillotine choke going. Now, been told that Mesa has a wrestling background.
Yeah, and he's working. Oh, he's working very diligently to get the mount position, but then he got turned over.
Classic sweep, classic jiu-jitsu sweep.
Now he's in a bad position. He's in a mount.
Now we've seen a couple of the fighters doing this, you know, trying to curl up there and just hold on. But it does one of two things. You know, it does protect you, but it doesn't look favorably from the judge's point of view. Well, it's hard to see from the angle that we're at. It looks like he's still in the mount.
Well, I can't really see right now. I'll get the referee away on my camera view here. He's still up in the mount, a very high mount, it looks like. Looks like Kyle's working on armbar there.
There we go. Can he keep on? No, it looks like Mesa's arm slipping out a little bit.
His elbow's back quite a bit.
Triangle. We're going to get a triangle here. Now, if he just keeps that pressure on the back of the head, it's got to lift his hips up.
The only problem is he doesn't have the arm.
Yes, it is.
There he goes.
Tap out by triangle.
Wow, he did have the arm in there. I didn't see it. Wow, we're at the last fight of the night, folks. Homer Moore against Chad Griggs. Chad Griggs has a record of 2 wins and 0 losses, so he's not a very experienced fighter, whereas Homer Moore comes in here with 86, 6-2.
Well, anyone who's been watching the Rage in the Cage and even a little bit in the UFC knows who Homer Moore is.
That's right.
College wrestler.
That's right.
Nearly an Olympian wrestler. Trying to branch out into a lot of the jiu-jitsu techniques so he can get to some of those submissions, but he's been primarily a ground and pound type of guy. And his size, being his height and his strength, I mean, he's nearly, I don't want to call him world class, but he's right there at it as a world class general athlete. What do you think's going to happen here, Tom?
You know, Homer, it depends on which Homer shows up today. If Homer shows up the explosive madman that he can be, you better watch out. Chad better watch out for himself. If Homer goes out there trying to check it out, not knowing what's going on, he could be beat. It just kind of depends on which Homer shows up today.
The times that I have seen Homer... The times that I have seen Homer get taken advantage of is when he has gone out there and he has been a little too aggressive on the front end, because he does like to he fights, he wants to finish him quick like a lot of MMA fighters do. And maybe, as age is coming along, hopefully he's sitting back and he's going to start taking it down to a different level.
If he could just find out when to explode and when to hold back. Chad, I mean, from what I understand, this guy's...
Well, that's Chad Griggs right there in the white shorts. We got Homer Moore in the
white shorts as well.
Yeah, I guess they're both wearing white shorts. We got Chad with the tap out with black trim shorts, and Homer in the white shorts.
He's over there in Homer's corner.
Well, we're getting ready for round one.
All right, round one, here we go. Now, folks, these folks here, either one of these two guys could be UFC contenders. Now, Homer defended him going around for his back and got him up and pulled him into Griggs' guard. Now, this is what we call Homer's very cautious. He's going to take him down, he's going to hold him, he's going to find out what Chad Griggs has on the ground and see what he's got. Now, Chad seems to be a very good, skilled submission guy, and he looks like he's going for a Kimura.
No, he's going for a Kimura, but, when you got someone who has a lot of strength like Homer, it can be very difficult to actually get that move done. But it's body leverage.
That's right. Now, Homer needs to start raining down on some good punches, but then he needs to be very careful not to get caught in some kind of triangle or armbar.
Looks like Chad's going to try to use a fence maybe to get away from it. See, there's Homer coming down. Now they can close fist to the face in this. This is considered a pro fight, so it has a little bit different rules than the previous matches we've seen tonight.
That's right. These folks, I mean, Homer has got a ton of experience. Chad Griggs come in here from a very good background, boxing and Tucson Dojo. Trains out there with Shane Johnson and some of those other guys. Drew Fickett and all those other guys down there from Tucson.
Another UFC fighter.
And Don Frye. Oh, Mark C's going to stand him up. Very interesting. Homer doesn't like that, you can tell.
I don't know who that's going to play for the advantage to, because
that's going to go in Chad's favor. Definitely in Chad's favor.
Well,
Homer's a wrestler and he wants to take him down. That's what he does.
You know, Chad is a jiu-jitsu guy. I mean, you watch what he's doing. Now, Homer has got to respond to this, otherwise Mark will call this fight. If he doesn't, try to do something here.
Right. Well, now,
in jiu-jitsu, this is where you would roll back and put him in the guard.
Right. But see, I don't think Homer's really comfortable with his guard position. I've never really seen Homer in the guard position too much.
Get those guys back.
Oh my gosh. They separated. Chad stood up and then went right back down into him. Homer doesn't seem to know what to really do here. Chad's very dominant down on the ground a little bit.
Well, Homer trying to attack, but Chad trying to keep him out. He's doing a good job of sprawling, preventing the wrestler takedown. The single leg that Homer looks like has been trying to get done. Just heard the whistle. The end of the round's coming up. What type of finish we're going to have leave an impression on the judges right now. That's the end of round one.
There we go. Homer's throwing some good bombs out there. Looks a little bit tired, though.
You know, it's yeah, I mean,
wow.
I think strength for strength.
That's right.
Homer is he's meeting someone that finally has.
Oh, and Homer gets a takedown. Homer gets the takedown. He's where Homer wants to be, but Homer's got to be active here. He's got to be working here. Otherwise, Mark Sr. will pick him back up again, and then we're going to be right back where we started from. Homer's usually very powerful. I mean, that's a little bit fast. I don't understand why they picked him up so fast, but they picked him up very fast. Mark Sr. wants to get this fight going. He wants to make it active. That's going to play very, very hard against Homer.
Now, Chad definitely coming out as the aggressor here.
Wow.
Doing the knees.
I would not want to be out there with either one of those two men. A lot of strong punching going on out there. And see, I don't know. Is it me, or do I just see Homer getting in there for a stall? I mean, I want to see Homer come out there and explode like I've seen Homer explode and be phenomenal. And I haven't really seen that in this fight.
Not as explosive as he has been in the past.
Right. And I just don't know. Maybe it's conditioning. Maybe he can't sustain it for very long. Maybe he's trying to conserve.
Well, you know, Chad's kind of holding on right now. Yeah, you know, another stalling technique. There they're going to get stood up again.
Stand up. I think Homer's going to start getting upset here.
Well, you know, in Mark Sr., referee's defense, Homer's not really raining down blows.
Absolutely. Looks like he's stalling down there. Looks like Chad Griggs getting a little bit of coaching from his corner over there. He's pounding Homer, and Homer just seems to lock him up and stall there.
Well, I think, you know, they're both being cautious because, you know, some of those hits had to have been felt by both parties here.
That's right.
But Homer definitely needs to make some adjustments to what he's trying to do.
Right.
End of round 2.
End of round 2. I don't know, Brad. Well, who would you score that fight for?
Split.
Split
I'll leave that one to the judges.
Well, I'm going to kind of give that one to Chad Griggs because he's been out there being a lot more aggressive, and then every time Homer takes him down, all he's doing really is stalling. And I can't really give points for that, in my opinion.
Well, but, you know, once Homer got on top, you know, when you're looking at it, judging this, you've also got to look from the movement from the bottom. There was plenty of opportunities for Chad to make some type of movement, sweep, you know, walk up the fence, but he didn't.
That's right.
So they were both doing it.
Right.
Homer definitely was the aggressor on the takedowns.
That's right. So, you know, when you get two very strong, very skilled opponents out there, sometimes you'll see them stalling because they don't want to get caught up in the other guy's mess.
Yep, absolutely.
And we got 10 seconds for round 3, the final round, and this ought to be interesting.
Round 3 coming up.
Touching gloves, showing sportsmanship. Definitely give the stall.
Oh, Homer looks like he took one on the chin.
I don't know why he's not stopping that fight. Wow.
I think that's what happened. It looked like Homer took one on the chin, got him stunned, went back, and Chad just, you know, well, a lot of times what you don't see is people, when they get that split-second opportunity to go forward and finish once they do stun someone, he took it. Went right down with Homer and finished the fight.
That's right. And, you know, Mark Sr. was being very cautious about stopping this fight early because these guys are pros. And Homer has, you know, 90-some-odd fights. And so he should know how to defend himself down there.
Absolutely. And here we are for the announcement.
Wow. 2 fights. And he goes out there and beats a fighter that has over 90 wins.
You know what? Like I said, you look amazing, but I gotta ask you a quick question. But I want you to say it nicely. There's a guy standing to my right, and he's asking me, will you take his exception to fight him May 26th? Yeah, thank you, sir. I don't care what it is, I like to fight. I'll be glad to fight anyone, so that'll be great. Ladies and